Hello mathematicians, puzzlers, and other curious people. I'm here with the Math 0325 Test 1 review, in particular question 5. Now this one's a bit longer than the questions we've done so far because it's got more parts. So in this situation, you need to buy clothes for work and found some nice sales in the local newspaper. Pants are on sale for 20% off of the regular price, and coats are on sale for 15% off of the regular price. Now this question is asking us to do the following things. Estimate the sale price for a coat that normally costs $149. Write a contextual sentence that represents your solution in part A. Estimate the sale price for a pair of pants that normally cost $28. And then calculate the sale price for pants that normally cost $87.50. And write a contextual sentence that represents your solution in part D. So there's a few different things going on here. We're writing sentences that put facts together. We're also going to be doing some of these problems with estimation and others with exact calculation. So on this first one, since this is an estimation problem, because it says estimate, your answer might be a bit different from mine, and your strategy might be a bit different from mine. But it should come out pretty close. If we've got way divergent answers that we get from our estimation strategies, that indicates that one of the strategies isn't getting as close as it needs to. Okay, so we're estimating the sale price for a coat that normally costs $149. Now I notice that here we have the fact that coats are on sale for 15% off. Now there's more than one way to handle this. What I notice is that 15% is kind of close to 1/6. And again, that's not exact, that's just a rough estimate. And if you have a different strategy that you want to use, that's perfectly okay. I also noticed that $149 is close to $150. Now I noticed that these two will pair together well because 150 can be split into 6 pieces. How? Well, if we have 150, we could split it into thirds that are $50 each. So 50 and 50 and 50 would make 150. But if we split those thirds each in half, then they'd be sixths. Whoops, I didn't draw this last one quite how I wanted to. Let me fix this. Sketching errors happen. Okay, so if this is 150 in all, then each of those pieces would be 25. And if it's 1/6 off, that tells me that the other 5/6, again, estimation-wise, would be somewhere around $125. So my estimate would be that it's about $125 after the sale. Well, after the discount. Well, I'm going to say with the discount. Okay, so now it's asking us to write a contextual sentence. So I notice that what we're talking about is a coat that usually costs a certain amount. So that's what I'm going to use to start my sentence. A coat that usually costs $149 would cost Now, I don't want to say it would cost exactly $125 because remember, that's an estimate. So I'm going to use the word about to signal that that's the result of an estimation. So it would cost about $125 during the 15% off sale. Okay, so the next thing we're being asked to do is to estimate the sale price for a pair of pants that normally cost $28. So once again, we're estimating, so your strategy for this might be different from mine. And I see that pants are on sale for 20% off. Now that's going to help me because 20% off is exactly 1/5 off. So now I'm going to think about taking off 1/5 of $28. And well, what I notice is that 28 doesn't divide evenly by 5. So again, I'm going to round because we're just estimating, and that's important. So I don't need an exact answer. I just need to have an idea of what's going on here. So I'm going to say, okay, $28 is kind of close to $30. So then I'm going to take 1/5 off of 30. Well, remember 1/5 of something is the same as dividing it by 5. We're splitting it down into 5 pieces. So we know 1/5 of 30 is 6. So then $30 with $6 taken off would be $24. $30 minus 6. So that would be my answer for this one. And I notice this one doesn't ask me to write a whole contextual sentence, but if it did, I would just write out a pair of pants that normally costs $28 would cost about $24 during the 15% off sale. Okay, this next question is different. It's asking us to calculate. So this time it wants an exact answer. The sale price for a pair of pants that normally cost $87.50. So pants are with the 20% discount. So I'm going to use the complement method and I'm going to say, okay, if we're taking 20% off, then what remains is 80% of the price. So we want to know 80% of the price, so $87.50. I'll put that in my calculator as 0.80 times 87.50. Don't be alarmed about that thumping noise. I've got a bird feeder on my window and a squirrel just jumped down from it. He comes around all the time. He's fine. So 0.80 times 87.50, punching into my calculator. And my calculator informs me that that's 70. So $70 would be the exact sale price. Now, even though this didn't say, yeah, he's back already. Even though this didn't say to take an estimate, we can still use an estimate to help us out and to make sure that our answer is reasonable. So I see that that sale or that regular price is about $87.50. Well, that's kind of close to $90. And if we take 20% off, well, 10% would be 9, so 20% would be 18. But we could round that to 20, since we're just taking an estimate. And once again, we get $70. Now, this is an interesting case where, because we rounded two things, it actually did come out to the exact answer. That doesn't always happen in estimation, but it can happen sometimes. But even if we had gotten, say, $73 from our estimate, and we saw $70 as our exact answer, we would say, okay, that's close enough to be believable. So now that we've verified our answer by using an estimate, I'm going to go ahead and write that contextual sentence. So I'm going to start it off much the same way as the other. So I'm going to start with giving the context of what we're talking about. A pair of pants that usually costs $87.50 would cost, and now I'm not going to use the word about because this is an exact calculation. So it would cost $70 during the 20% off sale. Now, there are some important features of this sentence, just like the other one. So first of all, it tells us what we're actually talking about. It tells us the reference value, so what we're calculating from. It tells the number that we arrived at as the final value, and it gives some information about how we calculated it, because it tells the percent that we took off of the price. So those are some important things to include in a contextual sentence, and one advantage of putting it together this way is it's got all the facts right there in it, so anybody who needed to check it could do so.